Oh, that's a big fish. Oh man. Oh man. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am back in my kayak today and, well, working on floating my way back down to the place where it all went down last week. So if you didn't see the last video that posted before this one, I caught a really good quality flathead catfish. Unfortunately, in the process, lost all my tackle and lost my phone. So I've replaced my phone. I've invested in a waterproof and floating pouch, a $10 investment there that would have saved me hundreds, but I've got it now, and got my tackle replaced as well there this morning, except that I forgot that I had my leader line here in the kayak with me, and I failed to replace that. So and I'll talk about my rigs, but I use 40-pound monofilament for my leader, and that's actually what I've got spooled on my second rod. When I'm fishing this way, I usually only use one rod, so I brought the second one with me, and I cut a piece of the line off of that spool and tied that on for my leader, and then I've got it with me in case I need more. So I'm on my way, like I said, down to that spot where I caught that good fish last week. I'm gonna conquer that location, fish it without hopefully getting wet. We have had a little bit of rain, so the water level has actually risen just a little bit, and the current's a little bit stronger out here today. I stopped here on the way down there at an enticing looking location, so I figured I'd film my opening remarks and drop a bait down and just fish it for a few minutes and see if anything's happening. If not, I'm gonna head down and hit that location I fished last week, and then move on and make a plan from there. All right, the bait of choice today is going to be a cut crappie. That's what I got him on last week. That's what I caught that big one on, though it was a smaller chunk than that, just a real small body chunk that I caught that big one on last week. But got these early this spring and just tossed them in the freezer. Got a whole bunch of them, been using them all year, and so far they've worked really well for me, so I've been pretty pleased with that. So going with a piece of cut bait there on an 8/0 circle hook. There's my 40-pound monofilament leader, about a foot and a half in length. I've got my spool here got a 80-pound braid for my main line, and got that drag locked down tight with a 3-ounce egg sinker. All I'm doing is dropping my baits down, suspending them directly underneath the kayak, so I've only got just a couple feet of line out, and that seems to work really well for me, trying to put these baits right on top of the fish, right where they're sitting. You know, I've got the lighter weight monofilament there for my leader, and the reason for that is sort of twofold. One is fishing the way that I fish, dropping my baits into these piles of just structure. You're going to get snagged. I know I'm going to get snagged. I'm going to lose some tackle, and tackle's not cheap, especially large lead weights. So I'm trying to avoid losing as many of them as I can by having a lighter weight leader, a leader that's lighter in weight than what my main line is. That way, if I do snag, I can break off, at least keep the weight on the main line up above the swivel, even if I do lose the hook and the bait. The other reason for that is that the monofilament tends to be a little bit more abrasion resistant than the braid. So when these fish get me down in the structure and they're rubbing that line there close to the hook up against all this stuff in the water, hopefully that gives me a little bit additional protection there to help me have an opportunity to land the fish. So the 80-pound mainline braid gives me a lot of horsing power to be able to try and pull them fish out of all these piles of stuff and keep them away from it. The monofilament's just an added layer of protection there if they do get down in it, to hopefully avoid some of the abrasion against the line and prevent from breaking off and losing the fish. So I've talked enough here before catching any fish, so I'm going to go ahead and get my bait down in the water and just see what happens. All right, I've made it to the spot where it all went down last week. Nothing happening at that last place. I'm not really expecting to get out of here with a real big fish like I did last week, but I am hoping to get out of here wet. Sorry, I better re-say that. Man, I'm going to give myself some real bad luck if I say that. I'm hoping to get out of here dry, not wet, and with my phone. Almost like trying to conquer a fear here. Trying to conquer a fishing spot. Line's in. Now we wait. Something's on there. Something's on there for sure. Oh, and we're getting drug around again. Okay. Okay. Please don't take me in the river. Oh. I'm honestly a little bit scared here, guys. I do not want to have another debacle like we had last week. Oh, man. I don't think this one's quite as large, but it's certainly not small. I do think I've come up the bank far enough here that I'm a little bit away from those snags. So hopefully we can keep him out of it. Oh, he's trying to get in it though. He's trying. Holy cow. Not a small fish, I'll tell you that. We're gonna have to gain some line on him if we are gonna keep him out of all that stuff. Oh man. Yep, go that way. Go that way. I'll try and keep that line off the kayak. That's a great way to lose a fish. Oh my goodness. Guys, this is not a small fish. Oh. Oh man. He's about to pull me off my branch, and I hope he doesn't. Because if he does that, he's definitely getting in them snags. Oh. Holy cow. Oh, geez. Oh my. Oh, stay out of that. Stay out of that. He's going for it. Oh, we got to gain some line on this fish. Try and get him to the other side of the kayak if I can. Oh. Oh my. Oh. Okay. 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 Oh, that's another big fish, guys. That's another big fish. Oh man. Oh man. I just try as hard as I can to keep him out of that stuff. I would go to the bank, but I don't think I can get there. Oh, that's a big fish. Oh man. That's a big one. I don't know how well he got that hook either. Oh man. That's a big fish. Oh, he's not hooked good at all. He's skin hooked. Oh man. Try to get my glove on before he gets away. If he does get away, at least we got to look at him. Oh, that's a big fish there, guys. That is a big fish. I don't know if I can. I don't want to let any line out, because I don't want to let him get a chance to get in those snags. But I don't know if I can get him if I don't let some line out. Oh, that's a big fish. Oh man. Oh man. Oh my goodness. Oh. Open my reel up there. Oh. Holy cow, guys. Oh. Get him in the kayak if we can without losing him. Oh man. Oh, I don't know if I can land this one without going over. Oh, holy cow, look at that fish. Oh my goodness. Oh, working my way over to the bank here. can get up on the bank so I can get some pictures with it and hold it and release it without tipping this kayak. I really ought to invest in a kayak that's a little bit better, a little bit sturdier. See if I can get up on the bank without getting too wet, but at this point if my feet get a little wet, I'm okay with that. This is where we landed that big one last week too. All right, hopefully he'll stay calm for us long enough to get over to the bank where I can get up on it. Right here where we are, I can't get up there. We gotta go a little farther. Oh, look at that fish there, guys. I was not expecting to get another big one like that. Oh, but we will absolutely take it. Oh man, look at that fish there, guys. That is another big one. That's not quite as big as the one I got last week, I don't think. But this one here is gonna be pushing 35, 40 pounds. I mean, that's second or third biggest flathead I've ever caught. So it was not hooked real well. That hook was just up in the top skin patch there. These fish, when they hit, they have a real distinctive way of biting. You kind of know when you get one that it's a flathead. And then the way they fight, they're just powerful. You can just feel it, how powerful they are. But anyway, I'm gonna let this fish go. I'm so glad to have caught this fish off of this particular hole with everything that happened last week. So far, it's gone well without losing a phone, without getting wet. Hopefully I can get out of here staying dry. But boy, I'm sure happy to get that fish. That's amazing. Let's get him released. Oh, let's say goodbye to that thing there. That is just a beautiful, beautiful creature. We'll let him go on his own terms. He wasn't out of the water too long, so we'll let him sit there and catch his breath. And he'll swim off for us. And we'll go do some more fishing. Let's see what he does here. There he goes. Oh boy. That's awesome, guys. Well, guys, I'm sweaty. It is humid out here. And I guess the flathead bite has just turned on, I suppose. I hadn't caught a single one all year until last weekend. Of course, they've both been off this spot, but I caught fish earlier in the year off this spot. Some really good channel casts. My best channel cat of the year came off this spot. I've caught some big fish out of this river this year and off this particular location right here. So I couldn't be more thrilled. That is an excellent way to come out here week after I go in, lose my phone, to be able to catch a fish like that. Hopefully I can get out of here and stay dry. That's just amazing. I'm gonna go see if I can find another fish. Get my line reeled up here. It's laying somewhere on the bank because I drug that fish all the way up here before I unhooked him. And so we'll get that situated, get another bait on there if I lost the head chunk. Didn't take long. We'll see if we can get another one. Stay tuned. All right, guys, we got our crappie chunk right there, so that's still in great shape. Had only been down for, oh, I don't know, a minute maybe here on this spot, a couple minutes on the other. You can see how that mouth got tore up there. So I'll just unhook it and either run it through the other nostril, or if that doesn't work, I'll just hook it through the meat. Just like that. So we'll drop that back down. Should be able to get another one on that. All right, guys, I'm gonna drop this bait back down right on the same spot. I don't really expect to catch another one out of here, and if I do, definitely not that caliber of a fish. But I mean, I'm right here, and so I can't really think any good reason why not to drop a bait just for a few minutes. So I'm going to. That's what I typically do. I'll drop another bait back down after I catch a fish, just give it a few minutes and then move on. In this case, I'll probably just slide down the hole. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to drop another bait back here, and then I'll figure out where I'm going to go from there. Send him down. This spot we're probably in 4 to 5 foot of water probably. Just like that, we're ready for the next one to come around. Okay guys, I'm getting ready to reel up and move off this spot, but this is just on the back side of that hole where I caught that fish, and so you can kind of get a good idea of what sort of structure I'm fishing here. This is just a big cottonwood that's fallen in the river. I've been fishing this spot for years now. I mean, the tree's been in the water for a long time. The river gets a little bit deeper here, so it's a deeper hole, and then combine that with the structure of the big cottonwood in the river, and it just provides excellent habitat for these fish to be on. So yeah, I've been fishing this same spot for a while. Spots like this, when you find them, they'll stay good like that for a while. These 2 flatheads I've caught now in back-to-back weeks are the biggest fish I've ever caught off this spot, but I've just kept fishing it because I've caught lots of fish, lots of good quality fish, and it just seems like a good spot, so I keep fishing it. A couple years back, my brother caught one that would, I think, weighed 25 pounds on a set line off of this location. But anyway, yeah guys, so that's all I'm doing. I'm fishing, finding locations like this on the river, dropping a bait, seeing if we can catch something. We did here, so I'm gonna reel my lines up and move off this spot. And we didn't get any more on here. I didn't expect that we would, but figured I'd try since I was sitting right here. So we're gonna float on downstream, see if we can find another location and see if we can find another fish. He's still on it, but I don't know if he can get the hook. I think they just got the bait right now. Gotta be a small fish. Let's see. What do you think? They got it? Should we try? Let's try. That's a little one. Oh, jeez. Gotta get us all wet. Did he get water on the camera lens? I don't know. Definitely got water all over my face. Well, he found it. Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious. He found a way to find that hook though. That's a pretty big bait for that fish. Well, my gloves are soaking wet from when they got drenched last week. I never did get them dried out. But for these little channel cats, or big channel cats, you definitely want one. They tear your hands up real bad, which I don't love. But they're a lot of fun to catch. Turn the camera so you can actually see it. That one there is not a real big one. That is for sure. Oh my goodness. What do you think? Can you guys still see? Did he get water all over you? He swam right past me, which was convenient for being able to grab that line. These little things, it's like they're trying to compensate for their size by acting out. And not that I don't enjoy catching them, but I wish they'd calm down a little bit quicker once I did get them. Oh my goodness, I knew he'd do it too. Well, we got another fish in the kayak anyways. Put myself some slack in the line there. Boy, oh boy. All right, well, let's get that hook out of that fish. Get a quick look at him. Oh my goodness. Just a little one there. And we'll get him out of here. These fish sometimes, I don't know why they gotta act like that. I suppose it's because I put a hook in its face. Tricked him into thinking my crappie was gonna be a meal for him, and then I put a hook in his face and brought the crappie back in the boat. Didn't let him keep it. But this one I think I might let actually keep that bait. it's starting to look pretty bled out and torn up, so you can see the mouth there got all tore up. So we'll thread that off the line there and toss that back in for that fish to come back and find and keep for a meal, and we'll cut a fresh piece and go from there. I don't know. Yeah, they let it go. Didn't get it. That was a decent channel cat too. They just didn't get the whole bait with the hook. Well, I don't suppose they'll come back for it again. I'll probably just move on, go see if I can hit another spot. Bummer. We would have got us another one. That is a pretty big hunk of crappie that I got on there this time. I probably should have cut a smaller piece, but I didn't, so it'd be tough to get the whole bait and the hook. I have to hit it just right for a smaller fish. We'll see if they come back for it or not. Had one on it. I think he dropped it. I must just be covered up in small fish, guys. I came back upstream. I started out going downstream. Came back upstream to about where I launched my kayak, and then came upstream a little bit farther. There's this one spot here that I wanted to hit that I'm fishing now. Had a couple of pecks, smaller fish. I refreshed my bait, put a new piece on, and there's just one more location I'm gonna fish down there where I launched the kayak at. Something's after it again here. Did he get the hook that time? I think he may have got the hook. Let's see if we can... Oh, and he spit it. Dang. Well, thought we were gonna get another fish here, but I wasn't well equipped for that. I wasn't quite ready. I was sitting here trying to talk to the camera, but I just didn't quite get the hook, and that's kind of been the story today. Is, you know, of course I got that one good fish to start with. Got that one little channel cat that must have just hit it just right to be able to get the hook, and then just had a few taps here and there from fish that haven't been able to get the bait and the hook. So anyway, guys, as I was saying, there's one more location that I'm gonna fish, so I'll float back downstream. It's right next to where I launched the kayak from. I'll float down there, give it 10 minutes or so, and then call it a trip. You know, I haven't done real great out here as far as numbers, but to catch that one flathead that we started the trip with, like I said, anything after that, we're really just asking to get spoiled. So couldn't ask for much more than that, and I've had an excellent time out here today. I'm getting ready to wrap it up though and get out of here. Got some stuff that we've got going on tonight, and appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully we'll catch another big one in the next one and be able to stay dry while we do it.